Good morning, my Real News Media TV family. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning, and I'm wishing for everyone a wonderful and a productive day. And in the news this morning, party crumbs are killed, 2 injured in St. Mary bar shooting. The St. Mary Police Division has launched a high-level investigation into a deadly shooting incident that occurred at a bar in Galena, St. Mary, early Sunday morning. Reports are that about 12 a.m., 3 patrons were inside the establishment when a lone man entered, made a purchase request, and then opened gunfire, hitting all 3 individuals. 2 of the injured were reportedly rushed to the Porta Maria Hospital by residents, where they were admitted, 1 in serious condition and the other in stable condition. The third person, 49-year-old Rudolph Beckford, otherwise called Patty Crumbs, a truck driver of the community, was later discovered unresponsive at the scene with what appeared to be multiple gunshot wounds. He was pronounced dead at the Porta Maria Hospital. The St. Mary police are reassuring residents that every effort is being made to identify and apprehend the person responsible. Increased patrols and operational activities are being carried out across key areas to enhance public safety and maintain order, the police said. Citizens are encouraged to remain calm and to continue supporting the police by sharing any information that can assist with the investigation. Individuals may contact the Porta Maria Police Station at 876-994-4222, 876-333-9530, the nearest police station, or Crime Stop at 311. St. Catherine couple charged in alleged $2 million theft from wife's workplace. A St. Catherine couple has been charged in connection with the alleged theft of over $2 million from a business establishment in Old Harbor, where the wife served as a branch manager. Police say the woman admitted to diverting the funds to assist with family-related emergencies, according to a statement issued on Sunday. Sachelle Smith Ebanks, 32, and her husband, David Ebanks, a 42-year-old businessman, both of Gardena Boulevard, Sydenham Villa in St. Catherine, have been charged with larceny as a servant, conspiracy, and receiving stolen property. According to the Old Harbor Police, the alleged incident took place at the Gutters-based business between July 14 and July 23. An internal audit reportedly revealed that $2,025,000 in cash was unaccounted for from lodgements made during that period. When questioned, Smith Ebanks reportedly confessed to taking the funds and handing them over to her husband for what she describes as a family emergencies. A report was made to the police and both individuals were taken into custody. Following a question and answer session conducted in the presence of their attorney, the couple was formally charged on Saturday. They are scheduled to appear before the St. Catherine Parish Court on September 26. Five Hanover residents charged over alleged robbery of motorcycle. 4 men and a boy from Hanover have been charged in connection with the alleged robbery of a motorcycle earlier this month. They are Zayshawn Donalds and Kimarni E.J. Bernard, both 19, and a 17-year-old boy, all of Sandy Bay addresses in the parish. The other 2 are Kevin Jarrett, 23, otherwise called Chris, and the Black Star, and 18-year-old Rafter Kajay Jerry McCog, both of Zion District, also in the parish. They are charged with robbery with aggravation and receiving stolen property, according to a police statement issued on Sunday. According to reports from the Lucy Police, about 6 p.m. on July 16, Donalds Bernard and the 17-year-old allegedly approached a man on the roadway and robbed him of his motorcycle. A report was made to the police and an investigation was launched. Donalds was apprehended on July 23 and he reportedly led investigators to a location in Zion District where the stolen motorcycle was allegedly recovered at the home of Jarrett and McCog. The 2 men were subsequently taken into custody and charged after the complainant positively identified the motorcycle. Bernard and the 17-year-old boy were apprehended during a police operation on Saturday after Donalds allegedly identified them as his accomplices. Baptist minister joins a call for police body-worn cameras. Reverend Dr. Glenroy Layler, pastor of Bethel Baptist Church in Halfway Tree, St. Andrew, has come out strongly in favor of the call for the police to wear cameras during their operations. Reverend Layler, in his sermon on Sunday, challenged the society to put more pressure on the Jamaica Constabulary Force to yield to the call of INDECOM for the wearing of the cameras, citing the high number of police killings so far this year. In that regard, he questioned the silence of many, with over 140 Jamaicans killed by the police, when all that INDECOM is asking for is please just wear the body camera so we can see that what you are seeing is what really happened. He said such silence becomes more difficult when faced by someone who has lost a loved one in such circumstances, recalling his own encounter with the mother of one of those police shooting victims, someone sitting in this very church crying tears and relating how her mentally ill son was killed by the police. The Baptist minister did not confine his call for justice to domestic matters, pointing to Israel's conduct in its war with Hamas in the Gaza Strip and its impact on innocent people, many of them facing starvation, as a prime example of actions that demand global condemnation. He asked the question, is it okay for some people to die of starvation and the rest of the world just to watch quietly? Reflecting on the Jamaican experience of emancipation from slavery, he asserted that no human being is truly free until all are free, and declared that a liberated people must be a liberating people. Similarly, he raised alarm at the recent deportation by the United States government of a Jamaican man along with the nationals of several other countries to the small southern African state of Eswatini, formerly Swaziland. Is it okay for a powerful country to take a Jamaican and ship halfway across the world to another part of the world without anyone intervening to say this person has a home? He pressed. Poster destruction and intimidation claims mount as election campaign heats up. Tensions are flaring in several constituencies across Jamaica as members of the two major political parties trade accusations of political sabotage, violence, and the destruction of campaign paraphernalia. The events are raising fresh concerns about the tone and the conduct of the general election expected by September. In St. Thomas Eastern, incumbent Member of Parliament for the Jamaica Labour Party, Dr. Michelle Charles, on Sunday condemned what she described as the systematic removal of her campaign material by People's National Party activists and a physical attack on a supporter. My campaign has been systematically targeted by PNP activists who have destroyed our campaign material. I cannot guarantee the safety of PNP campaign paraphernalia because despite my appeal for restraint, the PNP has been viciously provoking my supporters, Charles said in a statement, noting that a police report has been filed regarding the alleged beating of a team member. She also acknowledged a circulating video showing JLP supporters removing PNP material, saying all lawfully erected paraphernalia and the candidate boards must be allowed to contend in the finest traditions of our democratic processes. Earlier on Sunday, PNP supporters leveled accusations against the JLP supporters about similar activities involving campaign materials from the camp of PNP caretaker and the councillor Yvonne Rosemary Shaw, Charles's opponent. They pointed to two videos that have surfaced online purporting to show men removing campaign material in Leith Hall and other parts of St. Thomas Eastern. Items belonging to the JLP and Dr. Charles were left untouched. Also on Saturday night, Shaw raised the concerns about intimidation after alleging that a group of gunmen descended on Duckend Field as 4 buses were departing the community for a PNP rally. She did not mention any specific affiliation of the purported gunmen. Comrades, we know the names. Those names have been given to the police Shaw said at the meeting, "Let us turn back gangsterism. Let us turn back cronyism. Let us turn back nepotism." Head of the St. Thomas Police Division, Superintendent Michael Campbell, said complaints have been received from both sides. The reports out of St. Thomas mirror accusations coming from at least 2 other constituencies, including St. Catherine East Central and the St. Elizabeth Northeastern, where candidates have also raised alarms about the destruction of campaign items and political intimidation. On Sunday, JLP Member of Parliament for St. Catherine East Central, Alonda Terrelong, accused the PNP of engaging in what he called 1970s politics of division, fear and intimidation. Residents woke up on Friday morning to the horror of old-style politics as PNP gangs vandalized the government roads that we repaired in 2022 and their community with the PNP slogans and the name of the PNP candidate, Terrelong said. Listing communities allegedly affected, including Southborough, Nelva, Nevada, Esperanza, Laurel, Miranda, and Veneto. Terrelong warned the Jamaicans not to surrender our communities to this kind of politics of desperation. Today it's marking up the streets, next week it's marking up your homes. After that it's telling you what the colors you can wear, who you can talk to. This is how freedom gets stripped away, he said. Terrelong is to be challenged by the PNP's Raymond Price. Meanwhile, Zulika Jess, the PNP's caretaker for St. Elizabeth Northeastern, took to Facebook to hit back at complaints reportedly made by her JLP rival and incumbent MP, Delroy Slowly, whom she labeled the outgoing MP. "For weeks we have been suffering at the hands of hoodlums," Jess said, claiming that her paraphernalia was repeatedly destroyed in Balaclava, Rocky Hill, Burnt Savannah, and the back street. "I spoke to the outgoing MP about it. He did nothing," she added. Now the outgoing MP has the audacity to be complaining about his material being removed. What the heller? Well, Jess said she did not know if anything was actually removed from her opponent. She declared, "I cannot say that I will be shedding any tears for their alleged loss." The rising temperature in the campaign has triggered a caution from the country's leaders. On Saturday night, Prime Minister Andrew Holness warned the Labourites against destroying opponents' paraphernalia. "Posters and flags don't win an election," Holness said at a meeting in Santa Cruz, St. Elizabeth. "Respect the other party's posters and flags, leave it alone." Last week, the Electoral Commission of Jamaica, in its capacity as political ombudsman, appealed for calm, urging all parties and supporters to refrain from removing or defacing campaign materials. Guys, thanks for watching. Please join us this afternoon at 2 p.m. for another news update.